what would we call it? Grand finals advantage?
Yeah,
winner's
that
bracket
is the
advantage?
advantage. Exactly,
Yeah.
because they are still on the winner's side. They haven't lost a set all tournament.
So even if they lose this first best of 5, they have another best of 5 that they get to play.
Exactly. Whereas they only need to win one best of 5 to take the tournament.
It's basically first to 3 for them and first to 6 for the others. So,
jeez.
All
right,
game number 1's coming in here in grand finals, and we've got a Blaze and Acno fighting against simpLe and Blue here on Mammoth Fortress. And simpLe already opening up with a nice little neutral light onto Blaze. We're seeing Acno switch off the coach to the Mordex, a pick that seems to be particularly for Blue and simpLe.
All right, so we saw that Mordex in some of the earlier sets. They didn't opt for it at all in losers finals.
No.
But that Scythe was doing some serious work earlier in the tournament.
I remember even remarking that I rarely ever see Mordex side stick used, let alone hit on the Scythe.
Oh,
and just being able to see that grab them and toss them off to the left side of the map was so interesting. But Blue falls to his death.
Oh, no.
At the very beginning of this match, and there's a great start coming out from Blaze and Acno.
Wow, Blaze really just trying to threaten with these diagonals. I mean, axe in the air, it swings a large area, but the Scythe can kind of outrange it with those neutral air and down air.
Ooh. That Sarah will do it for Acno. He loses that stock, and now they're going on to Blaze, and the weapon toss dive kicks into it. Not ready for the trajectory of that weapon.
Is he psychic? Is he a fortune teller? Did he read the script earlier on?
It's very likely with that weapon toss, because that wasn't like your classic hit him and throw the weapon away move. That was more of like, I'm lobbing this here because you have very few options to recover otherwise. An amazing option coming out from the Blue team. And now Blue, despite losing that stock so early, has a very solid lead over Acno and Blaze. And the team combos begin, but that down 6 sends him flying off. Can simpLe make it back? He has a recovery. No, he does not. He falls to his death. Stocks are evened up here, and Blue is going to be taking a lot of the hurt. No, the Nair comes out. Gravity cancel neutral stick. That is dangerous. His dodge is down, but the recovery coming out sends Blue to his safety.
Absolutely perfect. Those double gauntlets are so scary on the side, I gotta tell you. And now we've got double sight. They can start up team confirms, team combos so easily. Oh, perfect dodge by simpLe to get out of that setup.
Nice little recovery coming out. Blaze going for recovery himself, and that down air using the active input to send Blue falling to his death. Catching him with that down air in midair after all of his jumps expended. He didn't have a recovery. Nothing could happen. Everybody's falling and dying. simpLe and Blue holding onto the same lead that they had previously.
Just explosions all around. Oh, you thought you could catch my teammate? No, Blue swooping in with the unarmed damage.
Oh, but wow, what an amazing combo from Blaze.
Great rotation. Blaze just going
simpLe to double down air.
Tried for the save, not able to do it. He's left alone in the 2v1. 3 stocks to 1. Blaze has his work cut out for him.
Stairs are coming out, and simpLe's doing so great offstage. Watching him play offstage with the axe is incredible. He's been able to find so many down air chains, and the second that he hits him upwards, Blue doing a great job of holding onto the stage, and oh man, what a finisher. simpLe looking incredible, and now it's like, my original question couldn't even be answered because Acno and Blaze didn't even pick axe into Blue and simpLe.
Yeah,
so that's why I was wondering how that matchup was going, and apparently they didn't even want to try it at first. I'm wondering if we're going to get a legend swap because the double Mordex team, while there were hints of brilliance, were overall getting completely crushed whenever they were hit off stage.
Yeah, and I mean, because look at that coverage. The teamwork is so immense between simpLe and Blue. They can cover so many of those avenues.
Blaze switched back to the Bryn, and this is what I want to see. I want to see how this matches up against simpLe's Bryn and how they're going to be able to fight. Is already off stage, finding that ground pound onto simpLe and forcing him to recover low. Lots of unarmed damage, and simpLe was not able to answer with the spear. Acno, however, remaining on the Mordex. He did have some amazing down air gimps onto Blue, and it was a reason why they were able to keep that match so close, so I like the switch up coming up from the red team.
All right, Blaze looking for getting something started with those axe. I mean, how do you think he feels playing into the top double axe team right now, simpLe and Blue?
I feeling like he's feeling a little comfortable because he was able to get
rotation.
Yes. Oh, look at that cider coming out. He seems to have found his stride because he was able to follow simpLe all the way around the bottom of the map, know where he was trying to cover the platform, hit him with the Sair, and allow them to get the first KO of the game. Now, of course, they got the first KO of the game last time too, and then Blue and simpLe were able to really turn it around with how much damage they put onto it.
Out too wide to be able to get back to that platform.
Ooh, but Blaze finding that neutral light doesn't die to the Sair. The weapon toss came so dangerously close to being able to take out that stock, but he manages to make it alive. And now hitting with that recovery into Sair neutral light. So much damage coming up, but at that point, sidelight combos when you're hitting it on your teammate as well as the enemy aren't necessarily the best. Blaze isn't able to be taken out, but he puts so much damage onto simpLe to be able to make that work.
Ooh, Acno fighting his way back onto stage, going, oh no, grabs his teammate instead, just a little bit too high, but Blaze all too happy to make up for it.
And Blue playing the role of stock tank, but not anymore. simple down a full stock.
They just took the lead.
They definitely took the lead, and they took a very solid one at that. Because if Blue was able to hold on to that any longer, get more damage in, maybe there's an argument that he's able to pull it out. But at this point, if they can focus on the simple, they look like they're going to be taking game number 2 here in Grand Finals. Recovery comes out from simple, though, and he really wants to get the KO, and that does it. Blaze wasn't expecting the double recovery. simple doing what a lot of seasoned spear mains will do, is that when they throw out one recovery, you're not expecting it again. He will fast fall to that platform at the top of Blackguard Keep and immediately do another double jump recovery to get the same amount of distance and catch people off guard.
Ooh, simple just uppercutting Acno out of the way. Trying to find unarmed, rotates over for a little bit of damage, trying to dunk Blue.
Tries to go for the double dunk there. He goes for that down on the platform again, doesn't find it, and Blaze is sent flying to the same platform of which his partner was just playing around on the sidelight. Nair comes out. Blaze not ready to go for the follow-up Sair there. Put in a perfect position from the Gauntlet Nair, but just not in a good position. Once again, we see the Neutralite saving a teammate from certain doom.
All right, both red team members deep in the red now. Blaze entirely out. Acno left alone. He's got 2 stocks, but I mean, this one is just hanging on by a thread.
And it is gone.
So now he's got 2 stocks to 2, but all it needs is one
Acno with the
quick
Sairs
tap.
and the ground
pound. Are
pound.
you kidding me?
Double ground pound.
Can he clean this up? No.
Okay.
simple. Finding his way back. Keeping his teammate clear. It's 1 stock across the board.
That would have been incredible if he was able to get that stock off of simple, because that would have been early, and he would have had 2 stocks onto Blue. And now Blue and simple seem to be very much respecting Acno's offstage game.
Oh, that's what have to.
That's what I was like kind of liking about the double Mordex in the previous game, even though Blaze's Mordex wasn't pulling out as much as Acno's. When he's off stage with the Scythe, it works out really well. And look at that. He's able to get in between. They were trying to set up for that team combo, found that sidelight, and separated them once again. Trying to go on the stage, gravity cancel, neutral sig, waiting at the very end of the dodge to be able to get that hitbox to come out. And that sliding neutral light puts simple even deeper into the red, sends him off stage, trying to keep them separated, and goes straight onto simple. Blue has to catch up to his teammate. There's the sidelight neutral light.
Whoa.
Okay. Or neutral air, either.
All right, trying to find your way in when you've got 2 of the best axe players in the world swinging around and you bounce off of it into the side air. simple, what a confirm.
And a very, what's the word? Clear-minded? I'm trying to think about what it was. It took a lot of like just saying, "Hey, let's not be crazy here. Let's go back to the stage," because we just saw what Acno did to us off stage. That could have been the game, and we don't want to risk a bracket reset. They take a 2-0 lead here, and now Acno and Blaze essentially have to win it all.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a huge run ahead of them. It is a mountain to climb. They are down 2-0 in this first set of Grand Finals. I mean, simple and Blue are on tournament point right now.
That they are. And they're feeling very comfortable, because it's not even like a 2-1 tournament point or anything like that. It's like it's a 2-0, and it's like we have to lose a lot in order for this to really count. And they don't look like they intend on losing at all. And they had that 3-0 in Winners Finals. And what's crazy is that, like, it was Hermison and Ariel that got 3-0'd, right? That got 3-1 by this team that's about to potentially get 3-0'd. We have a little bit of change in scenery here. Thunderguard Stadium being picked here for game number 3. And I just want to highlight, Thunderguard is enormous in 2v2s as opposed to 1s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it becomes much wider. The walls are
The Shenanigan
longer.
Zone is essentially its own little, like, area. It's like its own little continent in a sense.
And I'm actually terrified of what could happen in there with simple and Blue playing double axe.
Well, and Acno seems to have gone back to his comfort Koji pick here. No longer on the Mordex, despite it having some success, if not even more success than potentially what he was expecting.
Blaze even over to Koji, but it's not really panning out for them.
No.
Simple and Blue taking an early stock lead.
I really like Blaze's sprint. I felt like it was working out really too well, but I guess because he died too early, it didn't work out. And now Acno is taking so much damage in the air here. simple and Blue essentially playing an aerial game on Thunderguard Stadium. simple finds himself beneath Acno, gets the recovery. Weapon toss does not work out, but Ragnar on the other side takes out Blaze's first stock, and the Blue team is solidly in the lead.
Chasing underneath, gets the hit. Blue not able to make it back. Acno, all he needed was that perfectly timed side air.
And an amazing side air at that. It's not normal for you to be chased underneath the stage like that at certain points, and that Sair definitely clipped him away where he was not expecting it. And Blue and simple now working onto Blaze, getting that team combo. Acno just barely survives, but simple does not have any patience to allow him to recover. Putting out that Sair to force the recovery out early. Acno falls into the second one, and simple on 3 stocks in the orange, continuing to pummel their opponents. This is looking like a blowout here in game number 3. as simple and Blue are looking to become the champions here
Just
for EU2v2.
such an absolutely massive lead. I mean, they've just built it. Blaze is about to be knocked down to his last stock. He's in the shenanigan zone. He's got to watch out. No, perfect rotation. Acno stealing a stock. Perfect. Oh my gosh. That slide charge was so scary.
Incredibly scary. And ooh, simple trying to go in for that down air that gets the recovery. And Blaze doing a good job of holding on to the second stock here despite how much of a beating he took. Simple is in similar percent that he was on his third stock now here on the second one, but Blaze can't make it back.
I gotta tell you,
drift far enough.
It was that weapon toss from simple, from clear across the other side of the stage.
It really forced him to shimmy a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, every time that you think you can get a hit onto Blue.
Simple chasing him underneath the stage in a similar fashion, but Simple actually falls to his death. That's huge.
This is a massive comeback that Blaze and Acno have started to mount.
And they're really just utilizing the weird shenanigan zone underneath Thunderguard Stadium because you can recover underneath the stage. It seems all players are trying to do it, and Acno and Blaze are succeeding the most at being able to get those KOs really early on.
Ooh, you see Simple just hunting Acno, trying to take him out. Just the dodge, no, too far to do it. Blaze is left alone. There's the team combo sending him off to the side.
Side the weapon
Simple
toss
and
is
Blue,
coming out.
ready to take this tournament. Can they secure this final stock?
Blaze not at kill percent just yet. He could take a few more signatures, but that Nair in the recovery puts him into kill percent. He gives off the salute, knowing that this is most likely
Giving him
the end
deal
of his
with
life.
it.
Neutral Light comes out. Neutral Stick does not catch him, and Blaze.
Oh, just giving that dodge. No. Oh, the Qatar slap to close it out. 3-0 in grand finals. Simple and Blue are your 2v2 EU Winter Champions.
And Blue and Simple showing that they definitely are top 2 EU